Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 136 of the Mighty Whites podcast. My name's Jack. I am just about all right now. The booster shot knocked the shit out of me for a couple of hours, but all good now. As usual, joined by KC.
The booster shot did not knock the shit out of me, but it hurts my arm.
Well, it's not the worst trade-off, I suppose. Get your booster, everyone. Unless you have an actual medical reason and not just I don't
Honestly,
want to.
I think Cadbury's are missing out here. Get the booster, get a boost. From David Boost.
Oh yeah, but I mean,
I know that's gimmick infringement is the David Boost bit, but I'm tying this whole thing together.
Can he even walk?
Who knows?
Like after his leg.
I mean, just needs to put a little thank you note in, I think.
Yeah. By the way we've started, you can probably tell we don't particularly want to talk about the game. Man City, some Leeds nil. I can't. I think it was 7, if I remember rightly. But they also missed an open goal, and they also had one disallowed for offside that was really tight.
I'm not giving them that one. They scored 30 seconds after that anyway. So
yeah, I mean, how hard?
We basically went, go on, have another go, lads.
Yeah. How old were we, do you reckon, when they said, you know, on a goal kick, get goal side of your man?
Ooh. 6, 7?
Yeah. Well, we could have done
When
did
we start? 6, 7?
Yeah. Obviously, there is absolutely no point in us going for all the goals. But it's fair to say we could have done a bit better with, 5 of them?
Honestly, the gaps some of their players had in the build-up to goals, you would have thought that they were playing with 14.
And we were playing with 7.
Yeah, there just seemed to be holes everywhere, and someone, a pass will be played, and you just see about 3 players go, oh, shit. No, there's too many of them, man. There's too many.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think, what goals were just a bit unlucky? I
think the one deflected in off Firpo, because I think he squares up to his man, and it obviously deflects off him and sort of spins into the corner. So I think he is a bit unlucky with that.
Yeah, that was Mahrez's goal, wasn't it? And I suppose he blocked, the angle he put himself on blocked the near post and the far post.
Yeah.
So it was, if it goes anywhere other than in the corner, it's a good block.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one's probably a bit unlucky. He maybe could have got a bit tighter, but I think he did okay. The Ake header
I just watched the highlights just before this.
Oh, I have not watched any of it back. I watched it live, and that was enough.
Yeah, I've watched the highlights twice. I watched Match of the Day Wednesday night, and then watched essentially the goals again just before we started.
Yeah, I would say that the Ake header was probably because Drama got blocked off, didn't he? So that was, I mean, someone else should have challenged.
Yeah, I would like to get official pitch measurement sizes from the Etihad just to make sure that's a standard size pitch and not a gigantic pitch. But yeah, there just always seemed to be an extra player over, someone out of position, a terrible pass, just everything in all the goals.
Yeah. I've got a thing here that was it them being good, us being shit, or the perfect storm of both? And I think it is all of it.
Yeah, I mean, I know they've not been they struggled a little bit in a couple of games, but that is their 6th or 7th straight win. So they are in form. Makes you realise how shit Chelsea are.
Yep, definitely.
But yeah, they are obviously a very good collection of players playing quite well at the moment, and we just seem to not turn up.
We just couldn't live with them. I mean, there's loads of different things. I am sorry, Mr. Bielsa, there are times when you have to change it. That was one of them. You can't just keep going man-to-man all over the pitch when every one of their players is better. It just doesn't work.
Yeah,
so that's a big part of it.
When that goes to 3-0, in the first half, you do kind of think, well, let's shut up shop a little bit and just play for the counter a bit and just play for Rafinha, Harrison, and I guess it was Gelhardt came on at halftime, didn't he?
Yeah, and just because we didn't even really, as much as he wouldn't have won any of them, we didn't even really launch it to Dan James. What we did instead was we did try and pass his way out and just failed miserably to do it every single time.
Kept passing to the wrong team.
You know that way that Arsenal pressed us at the Etihad last season, where they like funneled us to the fullbacks and really went at us. Man City did that, but like even more. We just had no way out. I think we successfully played his way out maybe twice in the first hour. And those two moves were quite good, but it's a bit few and far between. I mean, it was when I can't really. I mean, no one had a good game. Like Llorente played some awful passes out from the back. Forshaw was nowhere. Dallas, they were all off it. But I do think a lot of it just came down to, like, Forshaw was there trying to chase Kevin De Bruyne around. And it's not. If you have
it's
to
not even his position anyway.
No, if you're having to mark someone and they're just better than you, like he's faster than him, he's younger, he doesn't have a history of injuries, he's one of the technically best players in the world.
This is like Peter Reid and Terry Fenwick trying to chase down Maradona in the build-up to the hand of God. Like, oh God, he's getting away very easily.
Yeah, the fact that people kept on losing the man over and over again. There was bits when I was watching it live, I was going, oh, but that's your man, you've got to stay with him. And it's only afterwards that, like, I went, they can't. They just can't stay with him. It's not really much they can do. The thing that I didn't like about this game, we lost 7-0. But that's not actually the thing that's annoyed me, because they are that much better than us. We've got a million injuries. There's a whole heap of circumstances behind it. That's the first time in a long time I've watched the Leeds side and I thought, you've given up here. You've given up.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying it'd have made a difference, because it wouldn't have, but it might have been 4 instead. But like that John Stones goal, he gets 3 clear shots in the box in one move.
Yeah, was it? Laporte wins the header and it's a great save from Meslier. Stones on the rebound, great save from Meslier. Stones just buries it into the roof of the net, and you're just like, can someone just dive in front of that, please?
Well, I said to you when I was watching it live, and I was watching it with my dad, and I said the same to him. When that first cross came in the box, it's a cross and it's not a counter attack. They had 4v3 in our box from a cross. How the fuck does that happen? Like, I think I've been watching football since I was a small child. I don't think I've ever seen that before. Outside of maybe the absolute last minute and the other team's chasing the game, and they've just left people on the halfway line. That might be the only time when I've seen it. I just think everything went wrong, and I do think that they stopped chasing, even though it was a hopeless cause. And I'm hoping that they've had a bit of a rocket up their ass this week.
Yeah, I hope so.
Because I don't think there's any point in analysing that game. There's nothing to analyse.
You see, it starts here and goes on for 94 minutes. And what you needed to do, Junior, is run more. Run more, block more, tackle more, pass to the right guy more. You know all the stats they show at halftime? Yeah, do all of those.
Yeah, I would say I thought Meslier did fine, even though we conceded 7 goals. I can't really blame him. I mean, I think Grealish's header was quite close to him, but it's also from close range and he's completely unmarked.
Yeah.
So I can't really blame him. And I thought, especially of the people that started, I thought Tyler Roberts did all right. I think that's probably the only one that I could say that for the outfield players.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't watch live.
KC was temporarily moving house that day.
Yeah, and I mean, we're all temporarily moving house.
Mm.
Yeah, I did listen to chunks of the game while doing a couple of jobs. And honestly, the bits of commentary, and it was Andy Hughes. I spoke to you about my frustrations of Andy Hughes' commentary. It's not Jack Grealish, Andy. It's Grealish. We all know this. Come on, get on board now. If you want to stick with Jack Yelka instead of Jagielka, that's fine. But Grealish isn't the hill to die on. But at times it was just you were just listening to and Man City are going forward again, and it's in. And it was just at times they just break forward. It was just expected that they were going to score. I mean, that De Bruyne goal after the free kick is, especially when you're not watching it, is so baffling because obviously they score, goes to VAR, and it's adjudged to be offside. And how we contrived to concede a goal so quickly from a free kick inside our penalty area, it's actually remarkable.
Yeah. I almost missed it because, goal's just been disallowed. We have a defensive free kick. That was when I went to look at Twitter. And then I looked up and De Bruyne had the ball and was just about to smash it into the top corner.
I'm glad it was 7 because if we'd have lost that by only a couple of goals, like on Match of the Day, they'd have done the thing where they freeze it, where De Bruyne has got the ball like 25 yards out, whatever it is, and put the giant circle around him going, look, you can't let a player of this quality have that much space. Now, fortunately, that made it 5. So at that point, you're kind of like, well, it doesn't really matter, does it now?
Yeah, that was the goal that pissed my dad off more than any. Because he said, no, just watch him. He is unmarked when Meslier kicks it, and no one ever goes near him the entire time. And it's obviously under instruction because he does it all the time. But can we stop having Meslier do that floaty 45-yard kick to the wing? Either play it short or hit it longer than that. And he can kick it longer than that. I've seen him do it. But we seem to lose that ball 80% of the time, do you reckon? Where he just clips it?
Yeah, I mean, for stuff like that, Dallas isn't a man of aerial prowess. Before that, the Shackleton there, and on the other side is Firpo, who again, I've not really seen winning many towering headers. So if they're your targets, they're not the worst people to try and pick off. And then, if you win that, all of a sudden you've got one of the best players in the world, 25 yards from goal, unmarked. Who seemingly just went, I'm going to stop this and hit it as hard as I can.
Yeah. And you know how Man City managed to piss me off even more than normal? They won 7-0. They won 7-0. I had 3 Man City players in my fantasy team, and they got 1 point between the 3 of them. Because Walker didn't play, Sterling didn't play, and Bernardo Silva missed an open goal and got subbed at half-time. If they were going to batter us, could I not have got something out of it?
Yeah, fortunately, I from not changing my team in a while, I did have John Stones in there. So it was quite nice to get that goal.
I got as many points from Gelhardt. So, yeah. It has been mentioned in the press, so I'll say it. This will be the shortest answer in the world. Are you in any way have any less faith in Bielsa than you did?
No.
No, didn't think you would. I mean, he carries a lot of the can for that result. He definitely made a mess of it, but he's still Bielsa, and I still wouldn't have. I don't think anyone else I'd rather have.
No, it's the acceptance you sort of have to have from when you have Bielsa in charge, isn't it? That in and amongst all the genius, that when it goes wrong, he's not going to be the guy that will put Charlie Cresswell on and go 3 central defenders and go, look, we'll shut up shop and we'll lose this 3-0 and we'll walk away from it. It's like, no, we're going to keep trying to play up the field. I know, I know Luke Ayling hasn't managed to pass to one of the central midfielders yet, but by God, he's going to try it.
Yeah. We do also have to do the pure fan bias version, which is if Dallas's shot goes in instead of hitting the post, it's a different game. If a referee gives that handball, it's a different game. I still don't know how he didn't give that handball, by the way. I know it made sod all difference to anything. Because I genuinely think even if he'd have given him a red card for being last man, I don't think it'd have mattered.
With the Dallas one, because he hits that when I think we're 4-0 down at this point.
Yeah.
I don't know who it is. I'm guessing for the side they were on, it might be Roberts or Harrison. And you see one of the players go, you're like, bless you. Like, bless you for caring.
It did get to that stage where it just turned into gallows humour. And I must admit, that was the one thing to come out of it. I would say we got lucky because we couldn't get a ticket. Now, it turned out we didn't realise how empty it were going to be. If we'd have realised how empty the Man City end were going to be, we'd have probably gone and sat in there. Look, fortunately for us, in the situation, we didn't. But even from just the TV coverage, the Leeds fans were fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. We've always been good with the gallows humour, though, haven't we? We're, from Can't Fault Their Effort, they're a fine, they're a great bunch of lads and things like that. I predicted diet while we're going down with Dennis Wise, and we know how to have a good time while having a bad time.
Yeah, and we were gonna have a bad time.
Yeah.
So coming out of that game, Shackleton went off injured. Firpo's banned. So the list is now officially: Liam Cooper is out, Pascal Strauch is out, Calvin Phillips is out, Daniel James is out. That was in the Telegraph after, wasn't it? Jamie Shackleton is out. Patrick Bamford, who I nearly called Jamie because of that scarf. Then, Bamford and Rodrigo, and Firpo is suspended. Now the rumor going round is that Ailing and Charlie Cresswell are both out as well. But Robin Koch's back, and he'll be match fit. Has he not played since the opening day?
Oh god, it's gonna be like Hjelder's gonna be playing alongside Llorente, isn't he? Because Koch's not fit enough.
Well, we'll come to that in a bit because we'll try and figure out what this team's going to be. But I asked this question, I think, 2 podcasts ago, and I think it's time to ask it again. KC, are we fucked?
No, I'm still feeling fine. In spite of and I think
fine is a stretch.
Fine for me at this point is 17th or higher. To be fair, it's 15th upwards is good. But I think the Athletic did a poll, didn't they? And I think 60% of Leeds fans are still don't think we'll be in trouble with relegation, really, like beyond where we are now. That being said, I don't know if I think that question should have been asked while showing the list of fit players we have.
Yeah,
the fit and not suspended.
Yeah, I think we're fucked. It's just there's 5 teams that are fucked.
More fucked.
And we're one of the 5. So we might be okay. I'd love to be more confident about it, but I'm just looking at it as a going. We can probably still cobble together a decent 11, but there is nothing behind it, like at all.
I can't wait to see Max Dean's debut on Saturday.
When I was thinking about it, I genuinely thought about naming him among the subs, but I don't think he'll quite make it. By the way, if anyone who plays the new FM, Max Dean's really good. You can play him in the Premier League first season. So yeah, and that Ailing and Cresswell rumour. Obviously, I do not go on Wacko, the forum, but there is someone on there who has been right a lot more times than they've been wrong, and that's where that's come from. We're the night before the game, so I'm going to be honest. I'm going to assume that rumour is true at the minute. I hope it isn't, but I'm going to assume it is for when we start trying to come up with a team. So Arsenal 5:30 tomorrow. One of only 2 games tomorrow because in the Premier League, because 4 of them have been called off for COVID. question one before we do.
I think we have more injuries than most teams have COVID issues.
Yeah. Well, question number one: is it time to start faking some positive tests?
I mean, I'll defer to Bielsa's answer, where he said he wouldn't feel right beating a team that was struggling through COVID.
That doesn't say I wouldn't feel like faking COVID to get out of playing.
No, I couldn't live with that. I don't know if I can live with getting destroyed by Arsenal either, though.
Yeah.
I don't know if there is a middle ground. Yeah, I don't
call
know
it,
if we.
I call it 1-1 and just stop play.
I don't know if we send Adam Forshaw into every school. That should have done it today. Send Adam Forshaw into every school in West Yorkshire, shake the hands of every child, back to Thorpe Arch, shake hands with everyone, rub everyone in the face, maybe lick them a few times.
Guardiola's had an inconclusive test, hasn't he? So he's staying out of the way and cancelled his press conference. The last thing I saw him do was give Bielsa a hug.
Oh God!
So I'm worried about that. But yeah, Arsenal they got beat at Everton a couple of weeks ago in what was a pretty decent game that Everton were better side in. But since then, they've won the last two: 3-0 win against Southampton, 2-0 against West Ham, and West Ham are a decent side. They're fourth at the minute, I think.
Yeah, looking very good without their captain as well. Well, former captain now.
Yeah, they've stripped Aubameyang of the captaincy, completely dropped him, and they've already confirmed he's not involved. But for them, the way they are at the minute, that's probably a good thing.
Yeah,
they seem to be better way out.
They've played very well. Arsenal are playing like that squad should do. Odegaard's having a good run. Smith Rowe has been fantastic since he came in the back end of last year. Bukayo Saka's a brilliant winger. Lacazette's looking better and better now, leading the line.
Yeah, well, they've made him captain, haven't they now? So that's probably helped his motivation a bit.
And they've got the best centre-back in the world, so...
Big fan of Gabriel Magalhaes, I say.
Oh, obviously.
No, like the last two games have been same team. It's sort of a 4-4-1-1/4-2-3-1, depending on how high the wingers are. And unless there's an injury, I would think this wouldn't change. So Ramsdale in goal, Tommy Asu at right back, Ben White and Gabriel at centre back, Tierney left back, Saka on the right, Martinelli on the left, Xhaka and Partey behind Odegaard, and Lacazette up top. It's a pretty solid team.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it? And how are we looking?
Why? Depleted, I think is the word I'd go for. Yeah, like these. This is me trying to work out a team. Like if Ayling and Cresswell are out, but I have noted down what I think it'll be. But I'm more interested in what you'll think it'll be.
So off the top of my head, it'll be Meslier in goal.
Oh, but is he injured?
Oh God, I hope he's not injured.
That would be the worst one of the lot.
Back four, I'd go Drama. I think through necessity, Cock and Llorente, and Firpo.
Firpo suspended.
Oh shit! Yeah.
This is why I wanted you to do it, off the top of your head, because I just wanted to see what your brain would do.
All right, Niall Huggins is at Sunderland. Leif Davis is at Bournemouth. Oh, these were such mistakes.
I believe in his press
Dallas?
conference. Yeah, I would think Dallas. I believe in his press conference, Bielsa mentioned something about recalling Leif Davis in January.
It might not be the worst plan. Can we get Alfie McCalmont back as well, please?
Yeah. I know that we actually sold him, but can we have Gots back as
well? Pablo, Samu Saiz, I'll take them all back.
So, a minute, you've got Meslier, Drama, Cock, Llorente, Dallas.
For sure, Click.
Yep.
Rafinha, Harrison, Roberts, Gelhardt.
Yeah, that's the team I've got down 4-1-4-1. Which doesn't sound too bad, actually. I mean,
I felt more confident.
Martinelli versus Drama is quite the baptism of fire for your first Premier League start.
Yeah.
Because he's a good player, but he's not. It's not like it would be if it was up against like Man City's wingers, which is probably worse, even though he's a really good player.
I mean, it worked well. I know it wasn't a start, but it worked well for Niall Huggins just chucking him on at halftime against Arsenal. He was. I mean, I know we've sold him now, but
I'm trying to remember. Didn't he get chucked on in middle of midfield? In that game?
No, I'm pretty sure he was fullback. I think he moved a couple of times. I think we kept shifting.
Yeah.
So I think at stretches he played at both right and left back.
Yeah. I liked Huggins. I was surprised we got rid of him. But yeah, like I can't see any other way around it because Gelhart's got to start. Roberts has to play in midfield with Click because there isn't anyone else unless they play Lewis Bay. If they want to take a chance on that, I'm all right.
Again, given the fact we weren't putting him on the bench in these games,
yeah, it doesn't sound likely.
No, right, on the bench. So Klaassen, Gelder.
That's what I've got as well.
Defensive options now.
Jesus. I did put in another centre back.
Kenny.
Yep.
I'm trying to think for the fullbacks.
Well, I've put the person who's played. Well, the person who isn't Leo Hjelde, who's played left back the most for the 23s.
I can't remember who that is.
Liam McCarran. He was on the bench. Yeah. He was on the bench at Man City, and he's been on a few times, so I think he'll be on.
He'll be on. McKinstry will be on.
Yep.
I think you might get Jenkins and Bate.
I have both of those on mine. That's 7.
Who was playing on the wings? Whoever it was that was on the right wing when I saw that Arsenal game, I wasn't right impressed by. Who was that?
Oh, right. That isn't someone who I've got on there, but was that when Amari Miller was playing out there?
Yeah.
That's not who I have.
Oh, God, is Archie Gray going to be on the bench?
He might be, but he isn't on mine.
Given he travelled.
He isn't on mine, but he might be.
You only get these teenagers on the bench under dire circumstances. That's the only time it happens. No one puts a 15-year-old on the bench when they're playing really well.
Yeah. From the subs you've named so far of mine, there's 2 left, and it's 2 of the bigger names, to be fair. They have both played in the first team.
Yeah, so you say this, Jack, but that's... played in the first team. Well, Gotts and Stevens, obviously.
Yeah.
Greenwood.
Yep.
And I'm struggling for the last one. I would have got. I think having seen him, I would have gone Max Dean.
But... Yeah. I think you're missing a big one, unless he's injured too. Crescencio Somerville.
Oh God, yeah, he was on the bench against City, wasn't he?
I believe he was. Yeah, but he's played a bit. We've had...
God, he's the senior pro of that bench.
Ali is right, because Drama played against Arsenal in the Cup, and he said he had him in his pocket. I wouldn't go as far as had him in his pocket, but he did do fine. And Ali also going with the thing that you say over and over and over and over again. Stop playing people out of position.
Yeah.
The problem is the examples. I'd rather see Cresswell and then Ayling out of it. The problem is it sounds like they're injured. But yeah, that's roughly what I think the team is going to be. And then you're looking at like Forshaw. Like, one thing is, if Forshaw's playing deep, that puts him against Odegaard. Odegaard's really good, but he's not rapid. So
good in the air, though. Scored a header the other day.
He shouldn't just run off into the distance.
But they all did, Jack. They all did.
From the way we've seen him tackle so far, you'd think Dallas will do better against Saka than Firpo.
Yes.
I just keep looking at this and thinking Robin Koch is nowhere near fit enough to start this game.
No, the only saving grace is having seen Hjelde in person. I do feel like at least physically he should be fine.
Yeah, and the thing that means it will be him, not just that I think he's better than Noah Kenner, and I don't think Chris Moore's ready, but he is left-sided, isn't he?
Yeah,
Hjelde. So it could move Llorente over and play. I mean, if part of me wants to see it, just because I like seeing young players get a chance. But if we walk in with a back four of like Drama, Llorente, Hjelde, Dallas.
it doesn't fill you with confidence, does it?
No, it's a serious worry. I just for my own sanity, I'm just curious as to what price we actually are for this game. Like I mean, I would think like if Drama, I will think will start, and he deserves it really because I think Drama should have had more chances than he has. So I'm not particularly worried about him. And Gelhardt, I'd have been starting for a year at this point. Not every game, but he'd have been getting some. We're basically 3-1 at home. Arsenal are 5-6, and that sounds big to me.
1 to 100, Arsenal. That's what I'd.
Yeah.
That's how I'm feeling.
If you want to bet at that, I'll lay you whatever you want at 1 to 100 with myself. Obviously, you always have some hope. It's your team. So there's always that voice in your head that says, you never know, maybe we'll get something. But I think you picked a draw against Man City in the most optimistic thing I've ever seen in my life.
Did I not say win?
Oh, you might have.
I think I said win.
You might have said 2-1 actually, like last season.
Yeah, why not? We'll go there, beat the champions. We did it last year. We'll do it again. We're going over there and we're bringing football back.
I've got to be. I'm looking at this team I've got down here, and there is part of me going, I'd still drop Harrison for some of them.
No, bless him. At least he's trying.
Yeah, that second half.
I cannot fault Jack Harrison's efforts.
That second half, it was one of his bigger threats. Just his decision making in the final third was absolutely terrible. So yeah, do you think there is anything?
No, there is no hope.
Ali's out here playing 5D chess. Dallas left centre back, McCarron left back. Well, I reckon all that would take is Koch to fail a fitness test and Hjelde to get injured. Because I think he'd do that ahead of playing Noah Kenner.
We are fucked.
so we may be one game away from it. We'll do that at Anfield on Boxing Day.
We've still got to go there.
I'll be honest. I am so glad I forgot that the tickets went on sale the day they did. Because I really wanted to go to that game on Boxing Day, and that's probably not going to be fun. But also it means I've missed the chance, because what if we win and it ends up being one of the best days ever?
Hjelde, it's 2-1 Leeds.
Are we at a point where it's like, I wish we had Harpo helmet?
At least he's big.
Yeah. Right.
Oh God.
Give me a score, Casey.
I don't know if the scoreboard will go that high. I'm going to be optimistic and say we lose 2-0. It's as optimistic as I can be.
I always say we'll score 1-4. I have picked 4-1. Yes. I have picked 4-1 for the last 3 games now. And I wish I had more confidence.
I feel like you might pick it one more time.
I would say that with the team we've got, if that team is roughly what we think it's going to be, I do think that team is capable of putting in a good performance. And if they're putting a good performance, you never know. if we lost, for me to actually give up hope, I think we'd need to lose 2 more. Like if we lost Dallas.
If Dallas is out, we're fucked.
If we
That's
lose
all
Dallas,
the positions.
then that is a serious issue, because the only reason you're able to make all this with injuries work is because you can plug him into whatever hole is there. If you lose Dallas, and wherever we've got Rafinha, there's a chance of creating something out of nothing.
Yeah, if Rafinha's out injured.
Yeah, so then going. So, and also it's false hope that kills it for Leeds. So I think we'll lose 4-1, but I'm going first goal Gelhardt.
They're really torture yourself here.
Just to like really bump me up and make me feel great. And then
this is awful.
Yeah.
This
is that lose 3-2. Well, at least that way we'd get a great.
Snap your hand off to lose 3-2.
I would never snap anyone's hand off for a draw, but to be fair, I think that would at least mean there's been a decent performance. I wonder if it'll be a 94th minute penalty again.
Ugh.
In a 3-2 defeat. So yeah, we're obviously not particularly confident. We need. I mean, Melier will need to have a good game. We need
more kids.
We need Llorente to have a good game at the back.
Right. I want a surprise return from just Pat or something. No, it turns out he's fine now. We fixed him.
Because you phrased it as surprise return, I've got like glass shatters.
Fucking Diesel comes out. Oh god, yeah. Which Royal Rumble entrant would be best suited to a Bielsa team as a surprise?
Seth Rollins, cardio.
Oh god, yeah. Run all day for you.
Yeah, just run and run and run. Right. So I reckon that'll do us. Obviously, we're not confident. Hopefully, something good comes out of it. Because if we could get a result here, it'd be a massive bonus. Because the one thing to remember is, somehow we are still 5 points clear. We're still 5 points clear at relegation zone. Although that minus 15 goal difference looks a bit rough.
It's just short of half of that was one night.
Yeah. Between that and the pre-season friendly at Old Trafford, we've lost a fair few goals. I don't know for certain what's plan is for the next podcast, because it just depends on how it works out. Maybe Monday or Tuesday.
Maybe. Who knows? Might not even have to do one. Season's cancelled. I'll tell you what, if the season got cancelled.
Completely not. I'll tell you what, I was so against null and void, and I can see the appeal.
I can see why Norwich was so up in arms about things last season.
I'll tell you what, you can see it. I mean, or just call the table as it is.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, Burnley have played 2 games less than everyone else, but that's just
that's their problem.
It's not ours.
That's their fault for not dealing with snow better.
Yeah. So yeah, that will do us for episode 136. Just fingers crossed and hope that we have a good day, and take a test before you go to the game.
Yeah, that as well.
Cool. I've been Jax here.
I've been Casey. Have a good one.
In a bit.